there was a man called Ananias, Makusa Pratai, a man who stands before the Lord for the territory. And the moment Saul entered, God said, you may succeed any other place, not this place. I have a man. I have a man here who understands priesthood. And Saul was arrested. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's only when we fell in priesthood, that's where Satan now raised his own priesthood. That is how you see Simon the sorcerer taking over the whole of Samaria. And everybody in the land, they were subject to him. Whether you believe it, you don't believe it. Most of our politicians, they are also into order of Melchizedek, but in the demonic realm. Just as I said, Victoria Etu, 9,909. That's priesthood. Slaughtering 9,999 human beings to rule a nation. That's priesthood. You sacrifice, and it's your sacrifice that determines your rulership. That's priesthood. And that's what the politicians are doing. If you don't know it, they are into priesthood. They are paying the price. If you don't know it, your governor didn't just enter like that. They came to this water. They dropped some things inside this water. They went to roundabout. They went all over. They were on priesthood before they took over. Priesthood. Priesthood. You can't be in control except you do proper priesthood. They went to what market? I was even there the day they came there, and I saw that thing with this Cecilia Effiong and all of them. They all came there with the Obong of Calabar and offered all the thing, and they came to the water, and they went to every major junction in every local government area. You want to take over Cross River. Have you been able to wake up in the midnight and go to junction? What price are you paying to be in charge? Oh my God, help me tonight. Maybe you are not interested. Maybe you are satisfied where you are. Maybe the one you have been able to conquer is okay for you. Maybe the territory that you feel you are in control of. Are you even in control of that territory? Meanwhile, there are people, they don't sleep. Oh my God. I say, prophetic mantle is coming again, and priesthood is coming back. We lost it 1998 when Benson Idashosa died. Priesthood and prophetic mantle was removed from Nigeria. Since that time, there's no prophetic voice, and there's no priesthood that can take control and take charge. But it's coming again.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, January, February, March, heaven is doing selection.
Yes, sir. Dakala.
March is very critical in this nation of Nigeria. Very, very critical. But how did the priesthood come to Idashosa? How did the prophetic mantle? It came by him going to the junction in the midnight. Brother, do you even wake up in the midnight? Do you pray in the midnight? Do you do prophetic work? Or is all your ministry just about what to preach on Sunday? Is that all about what you're looking for? How to ginger the people? Oh, you have missed it. The man that the mantle came to went to Ring Road on a 7-day dry fast. I used to tell us, fasting and fasting is not the same. Dry fast is no food, no water. Many people, they say they are on dry fasting and they are drinking water very well. Dry fast is not easy. And for that man of God to go 7 days dry and wake up every night in the midnight and go to that Ring Road taking dominion and authority, using it as a point of contact to take control over the nation of Nigeria and the seats of authority and religion and over economy and the 7 mountains. Until whether on the 3rd or the 4th night when he landed in the roundabout, he saw humans sacrifice, or whether it was animal sacrifice. He doesn't know the meat, whether it's human or animal. And saw his name written in blood, Idashosa. Because brother, there's a realm you enter in priesthood. You will trigger alarm in the spirit realm. Until you have entered that realm, you won't know what is going on. You just think that you're making noise. Meanwhile, you're not touching anything. The alarm bell started to trigger, and they have to drop sacrifice. And he blasted in tongue, kicked the thing, marched round. 4th night, 5th night, 6th night, 7th night, went and slept after marching 7 times the 7th night, and the heavens tore open. And the angel of Nigeria appeared with the 7 keys of Nigeria and handed to him and said, I make you the prophetic voice of Nigeria. By your word, no man will enter Asorok. You have the power to enthrone and you have the power to dethrone. Likewise, nobody enters any state government house but by your word. That's priesthood. How else will you have the audacity when a man has come on national television, NTA, by name Alhaji Gumi, and have announced that nobody called Christian born again can ever become the president of Nigeria, that it can't happen in this country, and he added, over my dead body. Others can only talk, but Idashosa went straight to the NTA the next day and booked slots and came up on live TV and said, that man who said over his dead body, tonight you go 6 feet under, and the next president of Nigeria will be a born-again Christian. Who gave you that audacity? It's priesthood. And Alhaji Gumi died that night, and the very next day on NTA they announced his obituary, and Obasanjo, a Christian, became the next president of Nigeria. God, by the voice of priesthood, and that was how he controlled this nation. That's how he was in charge of so many things. He doesn't pass through the National Assembly and all of those things. From his house, he'll make declaration and it stands. Priesthood. A man of God who was a one-time highest ranking agent of darkness in the whole of Eastern Africa, based in Kenya, Uganda, was summoned by Satan because he is directly working. He has 7,000 witches, wizards under him, warlocks and all of that. And he was summoned by Satan himself and said, his name is James. He said, get out of Kampala. That's the capital of Uganda. Get out of this place. Get out of this place. Make sure you have disappeared from that country and from that city in the next 30 minutes. Disappear. And make sure you are not anywhere near Kampala from 70 miles radius. Radius. And pull out all of the agents, the 7,000 witches, wizards, warlocks under you. Pull them out. 70-mile radius in the next 30 minutes. Anyone that doesn't get out in 30 minutes, they will either die or they will be maimed or they'll be captured to the other kingdom. And he asked Satan, what is happening? He said, there's a man that is entering the land, that the moment he enters, if you're on ground, you will be arrested. Please, can I know that man? His name is Maurice Sorello, the father of Pentecostalism. Some of you don't know some of these fathers. You don't know. You don't know them. You have never really searched them out. There are men whose voice is a law in the spirit because of the price they pay in the secret. They may not be very great preachers because it's not all about preaching. Priesthood is bigger than preaching. But most of us, we are carried away with this preaching of a thing. Meanwhile, in the realm of the spirit, you are not recognized. But Maurice Sorello was a man of authority. When he started ministry, the first place he ever started ministry was in Greece. He was in his 20s and he went to Greece. And when he landed in Greece, he paid his own air ticket. The ticket was $920.53. He didn't have sushi. So he went on a 7 days fast for God to give him $92.53. And he was invited for a program. And he prayed for somebody, she was healed. The next day she brought him an envelope. I said, man of God, God said I should give you. He said, thank you. He put it in his pocket. She said, man of God, remove it from your pocket, open it and count it. And he opened it. It was exactly $92.53. That's how he bought his ticket to Greece. He didn't know that in Greece, there's no preaching of the gospel. If you preach in Greece, in those days, you are arrested. And he has landed. And he cannot preach. So what does he do? He found money, looked for the cheapest hotel, entered fasting and prayer. No food, no water until heaven will come down. Fasting and praying, no food, no water. On the 10th day, a woman came and said, I am the wife of the president of the largest bank in the whole of Greece. I had a dream last night. You don't know me, I don't know you, but God said I should come to this hotel, so number, and meet with you and give you assurance that God is going to give you, because my husband has connection to the president of this country. He will give you permit to preach anywhere you like. 10 days, no food, no water. That is how Maurice Sorello, there's no city he ever enters. He has traveled to 89 nations of the world. Any nation he enters, he lodges in a hotel, no food, no water until heaven comes down. There are men who pay price. And Satan said to James, get out of this city. That his airplane flight is already taken off. They are coming into this air zone. If they enter the air zone, even without the plane landing, you are finished. Get out! Because he's an authority in the realm of the spirit. That if he lands here and you're on ground, either you die or you are stroke crippled or you'll be converted. And he summoned all his agents. They all ran for their life. Until they heard that Maurice Sorello has left. And he was about to come back to Kampala. And Satan said, don't try to enter. You have to remain outside for 21 days for the prayer he has put in the atmosphere to die. Don't even try to enter. That every day that man is in the altar praying. And it will take 21 days for the prayers to go out for you to enter. cannot be an ordinary man. Neither can I be an ordinary pastor. I can't be answering the name man of God, but in the spirit they don't know me. Paul I know, Jesus I know. May they know you. May your altar life be so vibrant, so strong. Say amen.
Amen.
My God, my God, my God. I'm looking forward to God raising men. Enough of carnival. If we cannot arrest carnival, then brethren, let's close down church. Let's forget about this thing we are calling ourselves preachers of the gospel. Let's close it down. And if we can't arrest carnival, how will you travel to nations and deal with the issues of LGBT and all the issues out there that are more thicker than the one that is on ground here? Is priesthood. Is priesthood. Let me share the pathway of ascension into territorial priesthood.